You're over 30, you have a job, you pay your bills, and yet every month you're asking yourself the same quiet question. Why does it still feel like I'm barely getting ahead? Look, you're not reckless, you're not lazy, you're not out here buying Lambos and Rolexes. You're doing what you were told was responsible. You save when you can, you invest a little, you avoid bad debt. And still, the math isn't mathing. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't struggle with money because they don't earn enough. They struggle because they're still believing money advice that stopped being true a long time ago. And after age 30, those lies get expensive. My name is Jill, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, wealth, and why smart people still feel broke. If you're someone who works hard, makes decent money, but feels like financial security keeps moving further away, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're breaking down the 9 money lies most people still believe after age 30, and more importantly, what to do instead. Some of these are going to sting. A few might make you defensive, but if you get this right, it can literally change the trajectory of your next 10 years. Let's start with the most dangerous one. Lie number 1, I'm too late, I should have started earlier. Here's the thing. This belief quietly ruins more financial futures than almost anything else. People hit their 30s or early 40s, look at compound interest charts online and think, well, I missed my chance. Might as well just survive. Look, yes, starting at 22 is better than starting at 32. No argument there. But here's what most people don't realize. The majority of wealth is built after age 35. According to Fidelity data, the average 401k balance triples between ages 35 and 55. Why? Because income rises, expenses stabilize, and people finally have margin. Let's do real math. If you invest $1,000 a month starting at 35, earning a conservative 7% return, you'll have about $1.2 million by 65. Not millionaire by Instagram standards, but financially free by real-life standards. This isn't about timing the market. It's about time in the market with consistency. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I can't afford $1,000 a month. We'll come back to that, because that thought itself is another lie.
Lie number 2. Once I make more money, everything will be easier. This one sounds logical. It feels true. And it's mostly false. Here's what the data shows. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, lifestyle inflation consumes roughly 70 to 90% of income increases for the average American. Translation? When people get raises, they don't get richer, they get more comfortable. Bigger apartment, better car, more subscriptions, more eating out. Here's a simple example. You make $70,000. You get a raise to $90,000. After taxes, that extra $20K becomes about $12,000 a year, or $1,000 a month. Now tell me honestly, how fast does that disappear? This is where psychology kicks in. Your brain treats income increases as permission, not opportunity. The fix isn't earning more. The fix is deciding where the next dollar goes before it shows up. That's the difference between rich people and everyone else. Lie number 3. Debt is always bad. Okay, let's be careful here. Some debt is absolutely toxic. High-interest credit cards, destroyers of futures. But the blanket idea that all debt is bad is one of the biggest wealth killers after 30. Here's what most people don't realize. Debt is a tool, and tools can build houses or smash thumbs. Let's compare 2 people. Person A avoids all debt, pays cash for everything, and invests $300 a month. Person B uses low-interest debt strategically, invests $1,000 a month, and lets time work. Over 30 years, assuming the same returns, person B ends up with hundreds of thousands more even after interest. The wealthy don't ask, is this debt? They ask, what does this debt allow me to do? Now, you might be thinking, but debt stresses me out. Good. That means you respect risk. The goal isn't to borrow recklessly, it's to avoid fear-based financial decisions.
Lie number 4. Owning a home is always the best financial move. This one gets people emotional. Look, I'm not anti-home ownership. I own real estate. But buying a house because rent is throwing money away is outdated logic. According to Zillow and Redfin data, the true annual cost of home ownership averages 1 to 3% of the home's value per year. Maintenance, taxes, insurance, repairs. On a $400,000 home, that's $4,000 to $12,000 every year, plus opportunity cost. If renting allows you to invest an extra $1,000 a month, that alone could outperform home appreciation in many markets. This is where it gets really interesting. Home ownership is often a forced savings plan, not a superior investment. If you're disciplined, renting can be financially smarter and emotionally lighter. The key question isn't, should I buy? It's, what does this choice allow me to do next? Line number 5. I need to be an expert to invest. This belief keeps millions of dollars sitting in savings accounts, losing to inflation. According to Bankrate, the average savings account earns under 0.5%, while inflation historically averages around 3%. That means your money is quietly shrinking every year. Here's the thing. You don't need expertise. You need exposure. Index funds exist because most professionals don't beat the market long term. If you invest $500 a month into a total market index fund at 7%, in 25 years, you'll have around $380,000. Not because you're smart, but because you were consistent. The hardest part isn't picking investments. It's managing your emotions when the market dips. And that brings us to the psychology piece. Lie number 6. I'll invest more when things feel safer. This one feels responsible. It's also a trap. Here's what most people don't realize. Financial safety is a feeling, not a condition. There will always be economic uncertainty, job risk, headlines screaming doom. If you wait for clarity, you wait forever. Historically, markets rise during uncertainty, not calm. The investors who win aren't the brave ones, they're the boring ones who keep going. Action step: automate your investing, so fear never gets a vote.
Lie number 7. I'm bad with money. No, you're not. You're human. Money activates fear, shame, comparison, and identity. According to behavioral finance research, people make worse decisions when emotions are involved, and money is always emotional. The fix isn't discipline, it's systems. If money required willpower, no one would be rich. Set systems that run without motivation. Automatic transfers, separate accounts, clear rules. This isn't about character, it's about environment. Lie number 8. My friends are doing better than me. Social media is a financial hallucination. A 2023 survey showed nearly 60% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency, yet everyone online looks rich. Here's the brutal truth. Most people are leveraged, stressed, and one layoff away from panic. Wealth is quiet. Debt is loud. Stop benchmarking against appearances. Start tracking net worth progress. That's the only scoreboard that matters. Lie number 9. I'll figure this out later. This is the most expensive lie of all, because later has interest. Every year you delay investing $500 a month at 7% costs you roughly $35,000 to $50,000 over a lifetime. Not dramatic, just math. And here's the part no one tells you. Your 30s and 40s aren't about luxury, they're about positioning. The freedom you want at 55 is funded by decisions you make now. Look, if this video made you uncomfortable, that's a good sign. It means you care. Money isn't about perfection, it's about direction.
Pick one lie from this list and actively reverse it this month. Automate one habit. Track one number. Make one decision future you will thank you for. If this helped, hit subscribe. We break down money without the nonsense here. And if you want more videos like this, drop a comment telling me which lie hit hardest. I'll see you in the next one.